Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So this week we're doing something a little bit different. We've got one of our older properties and we've done a bit of a change of strategy on this one, and we're going to talk you through some numbers, some decision makings that we went through. So Ray, give us a little bit of a background behind this property then.
Yeah, so it took a while to get to the stage where we turned it into a service accommodation. I actually bought the property initially as a residential, so I bought it to actually live in after we lived in it for a couple of years and went on to buy another property.
We both actually lived here for a while. So.
Yeah, it was. Yes, got some history of this place, nostalgia. So interesting to see how it's sort of morphed in the past few years. But basically, since renting out this property, we basically did this one as a HMO. Turned the living room where we are now into a bedroom. So this one was a bedroom with a shared bathroom. So it was 4 bedrooms in total, rented out to individuals, and then more recently decided that I actually wanted to try service accommodation, because the great thing about this property, it's located in the city, so it's got really good amenities, attractions. So service accommodation is something that should work pretty well with this property.
Yeah.
We turned it back into pretty much a standard residential property, but obviously given it a really high-end finish, so some really nice like touches and features, like painted woodwork, just to bring out some colour and personality to the project.
Do you want to talk about some numbers for this property? So what were you getting before, and then in comparison, what was that one of the main decisions that made you think, let's try service accommodation?
Yeah, so in terms of numbers, we were grossing around 1,850, I think, per calendar month.
As a HMO?
As a HMO, yes. And then for service accommodation, it really varies depending on the occupancy levels.
Yeah.
But it is higher than that. I wouldn't be able to put a concrete figure on it without knowing what occupancy is. But generally, I think if we're over, like say, 60% occupancy, we're beyond the sort of profit margins of a HMO. Yeah. I'm expecting occupancy levels to be pretty decent actually for this property. So it will be a trial in terms of service accommodation. We've not actually done it before, but it's an exciting one.
And what made you think that this would work as a service accommodation? What was the thought behind it that I thought, I think let's just go for it? Was there anything in particular, or just trialing it out first?
2 things really. Location, because it's in a city and it's close to really good attractions, public transport, and lots of work opportunities as well for potential contractors who might want to take a rented accommodation for maybe a few months or longer. Plus also because the layout of the property is pretty usable for either families or people who are just short staying, and it's also got a parking and a garden as well, so it's a good location in a city.
What made you decide to rent this out as a single unit SA rather than a 4 separate unit SA?
Okay, so I don't think mixing the rooms as an individuals, 4 individuals into an SA would work that well, because if you bring 4 unknowns, different personalities, they might bring trouble. That's the potential. So I think letting it all out to one group or one family, I think it means there's potentially less conflict and it's easier to manage. So it's all about really ease of management and potential less disruptions, that kind of thing.
And I guess figures wise, one whole unit is 150.
Yes,
that's what you're renting
per night. Yeah.
So when you were thinking about per room, did you think how much were you thinking for each room if you were to do per room? Probably 50-60 quid per room, right?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. It obviously would have grossed more, but I think it would have caused more headaches as well. So
and more fluctuation in kind of occupancy as well.
Yes, I think it would have been
too many variables.
Challenging. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit about history and also the transformation that this property has gone through to turn it into a serviced accommodation. So now we'll transition into the house tour.
Alright, thank you very much for watching this video. Next one, we're going to go back into doing Project York. We've got 2 other projects lined up after Project York, but for the time being we're just seeing Project York through. Progress is coming along, but it's a little bit slower than expected. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to give you a proper update. Alright, thank you everyone. Bye.